Welcome to this Yin Yoga class. This class and sequence is designed to help support your digestive system and help to ease any digestive issues that you may have. For this class, you will need a blanket and a bolster or a couch cushion wrapped with a towel as your props. And if your hamstrings are tight, you can sit on a blanket at any time, and you can use the blanket to support your knees. All right, so come to a comfortable seat to begin, and let's take the mudra for digestion. The one we're going to use today is taking the right hand. We take the thumb and the index and middle finger to touch. The other fingers are straight, so thumb and index fingers to touch on the right hand. And on the left hand, we're going to take the ring finger and the middle fingers to touch. The other fingers are straight. So come into that mudra, and a mudra is a hand gesture that symbolizes certain energies. So you can close your eyes here. This particular mudra is symbolizing the idea of allowing and receiving nutrients or information, and letting it flow through you, and then also allowing things to be let go and to leave your body. So you can think of that as allowing and receiving certain nutrients and positive energies for the body, and let go of anything that you don't want or you don't need. So close your eyes, take a deep inhale, and just soften down. Feel the connection that you have with the earth. Let the bones sink down into the earth with gravity. And before we begin the actual class, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the country throughout Australia. And I recognise their continuing connection to the waters, the skies, the earth, communities. And I'd like to pay my respects to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures and the elders past, present and emerging. So with that, start to connect to the earth. Let the bones sink down. Take another deep inhale. And exhale. Just feel the places where the fingers are connecting. And just turning your attention inwards, noticing any effect the mudra has on you as you breathe here. Don't worry if you can't feel anything. Just some nice deep belly breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, releasing. You might like to imagine taking in light with every inhale, creating space in the body, space in the mind, and just letting that energy expand through the body, bringing clarity to the physical body, bringing energy and clarity to the mental and emotional bodies. As you bring in this light, inhale and exhale. Keeping your awareness on the sensations of the body, on the interior space. And just noticing, without trying to change anything, just noticing how you feel. Noticing if there's areas that are tight and tense. It could be the belly, it could be the chest, it could be the shoulders, the jaw. Just observing. Take a few more slow, long, deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Good. And in this class, we're going to work on compressing and energizing the meridians of the stomach and the spleen to support the digestive system. Before we begin the yin poses, just take a deep inhale, just float the arms up above the head, interlock the fingers and push the palms up to the sky, lengthening through the waist, creating space in the body as you anchor through your seat. Slowly release the hands and just take the left hand to the right knee, lengthen the spine, inhale and exhale, gaze over your shoulder. Good, and then inhale, float your arms back up. And exhale, a gentle twist to the other side. So right hand to the left knee, lengthen through the spine as you just gaze over your shoulder. Well done, and slowly coming back to center. Okay, the first pose we're going to do with our legs wide. So if you feel your hamstrings are tight, sit on a blanket. So just get a little bit of height there and take your legs out wide. So the spleen meridian, we're working on the spleen, supporting spleen and stomach for the digestive poses. The spleen runs along the inner legs and then the stomach and then to the front of the belly, so sort of near where the liver meridian runs. And the stomach is more towards the stomach meridian, more on the tops of the thighs. So we're going to take a gentle twist here, and come forward. So very slowly, you're going to turn the torso over that right leg and just take your time to come forward over this leg. Now, there's an option to take a cushion or a pillow and place it on the leg as well. You might like to do that, or you might just like to do it without any prop. So that's your choice. Hands on either side of that leg. And just letting the head relax, letting the neck relax. It's quite a strong pose to come into first. And you'll notice that we will do some twisting pose in this sequence. Just want to come slowly forward. Start to practice the principles of Yin Yoga. So coming to your point of resistance, wherever you find that you can't go any further, definitely don't want any pain. And once you find that spot that is just your point of resistance, you've reached your point, you then want to start to soften the muscles and let go. Noticing where you can release a little bit more. Where can you melt? And just resolve to become very still then in that position. Every inhale, bringing in more space to the body, space to the mind. So when we're supporting digestion, we're also supporting not just the physical body, but also the mental and emotional. So digesting and processing experiences as well. So just allowing whatever's there to be there fully. Good, and to come up, slowly push the floor away from you. Gently come back to center. Allow yourself to feel the rebound effects of the pose, maybe on the right side of the body. Just take a breath into it. And when you're ready, we'll move to the other side. So hands on the left leg, either side of the left leg, chin to the chest, and just softening, coming forward when you're ready. Find the point of resistance, start to let go in the muscles. Noticing if this side's a little bit different. And just seeing if you can find an easefulness in the shoulder. There's a tendency to really rush things and move forward with the shoulders, but we want to just try and let go, let the shoulders fall away from the ears. See if you can soften the back of the neck, soften the face, the forehead, the temples. Good, and slowly and gently take your time, push the floor away, come up to center. All right, from here we're going to slide our hands under the knees, bring the knees together, and we're going to come into our butterfly pose. So soles of the feet touch, and we want to kind of loose butterfly. I'm just going to come off my blanket. You may like to stay on the blanket, but just do what feels good for you. We want a loose diamond shape with our feet, our legs, and just let the knees falling out like the beautiful butterfly wings. And you're going to slowly come forward to your place of resistance. Again, you can place the bolster on the legs for a sort of more supported version. Totally up to you. I like to slide my hands under the calf muscles, but again, you can just come forward in a way that works for you, and remembering to let go of the muscles. So soften and release as you come forward. Let go in the head. Just allow gravity and time to really open you up and to soften the body, finding that space. Deep breath into the belly. Allow the space between the eyebrows to soften, the third eye space. Let that go, let it soften and expand. As you take those deep, full breaths into your belly. Feeling the prana, the fresh breath, animate the whole body as you breathe. flip the palms over and just push the floor away. Take your time to come up. Take a deep breath at center. And when you're ready, just hug those knees in, draw them together. Well done. Let's find our way now to all fours. And we're going to start, actually, as you come onto all fours, we might just do a little cat-cow, a slow cat-cow sequence just to stretch out. It's always beneficial. So coming onto all fours, your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. So look at your alignment, look at your hands, feel the connection of the palms of the hands and the earth. Take an inhale, open the heart, open the chest, at the same time push through the shins and the feet. Exhale, push through the hands, drawing that belly button into the spine, rounding your back, pausing there. Slowly come back to your inhale, opening the heart, the lungs, the chest. Exhale, rounding. We're moving a lot slower than we do in a normal class. So just articulating, really taking that time to articulate the space between the vertebrae. So turning your attention inwards, feeling the effects on the whole body as you make these gentle extension and flexion with your spine. Inhale, we're pushing through the feet. Arching the back, take a pause once you get to the full expression of the pose, and then exhale, drawing the belly button in, rounding the shoulders, rounding the back, pushing through the palms. Good, and then eventually coming back to a neutral situation, we're going to take a wide-legged child pose. So I'm bringing my knees into touch, my feet to touch, toes to touch, knees out wide. Inhale, gaze up to that right hand as you lift up. Exhale, thread that arm through under the left arm, dropping the right shoulder and right cheek down to the floor. From here, you can either stretch your left arm above you, or you can bring it around behind your back. Just choosing whatever variation feels good for you. Maybe dropping the sit bones down towards the heels. So you're getting that nice stretch in the inner thighs. And then the twist to nourish the stomach meridian. Once you find that position, start to soften. Let go in the face, let the cheeks and the right cheek and the temple relax. Good. And to come out, slowly release that left arm, place it down to push yourself up. Inhale, stretch that right arm up again, and then release it down to the floor. Take a breath at center and we'll swap to the other side. So left arm goes up, gaze up to that left arm, and then slowly soften the right elbow as you thread the left arm under, come down to the floor, resting the left shoulder, left cheek. Right arm can either stretch out or bring it behind you. And starting to take your awareness into the groin, into the inner thighs. Just feel the gentle pressure there. As you let your sit bones sink down, you can soften the left shoulder. Breathing. Well done. And gently release that right hand. Use that hand to push the floor away. Come up. Release that left arm by just stretching it up and coming down. Well done. All right, so sit back now onto your heels again and then release the left leg. So the left leg is straight in front of you. We're going to take a half saddle. Left leg is straight, the right leg is bent in. Now, you may like to take a support along your back if you find it hard to come down into this pose. Otherwise, you're just going to slowly and gently come back into the pose, coming onto the elbows and then lying all the way back. Your arms can be by your side or they can be overhead. Just feel what's good for you. Your right knee might splay up a little bit. That's okay. It will settle down, but you're getting this beautiful opening in the whole of the digestive system as well as those meridian lines. Feeling it in the stomach and the spleen meridian lines at the same time. Continue to expand the breath, every inhale, breathing into the belly, exhaling, letting go. Well done. And slowly to come out, push through your elbows, take your time to come up. From here, we're going to move forward straight into our dragon pose. So I'm going to bend my left knee and slowly come forward onto that left knee. Release the right leg behind you. If that's too much, you can release the legs first and then come into the dragon. So if you need to stretch the legs in another way first, you can do that. Otherwise, I've got my left foot forward. My right leg is behind me. The hips are square. And I'm going to come into the dragon pose. So I'm still working this right thigh, the right hip flexors, the gaze is forward. You can stay here with your hands down, or you can come up onto the knee, just taking the position that feels comfortable for you. Letting go in the pelvic bowl, relaxing the shoulders, breathing deep into the hips, softening your feet. Keep your awareness on the sensations in the body. Where can you let go a little bit more? Good. And then gently, slowly release that leg and bring the left leg back. We're going to come into a sleeping swan, still working, continuing to work this right leg. I'm grabbing my bolster for the sleeping swan. Again, you can do this without props or not. You bring the right knee behind the right wrist, slide it across the mat. Your hips are square, your shoulders are square, but once you find that position, you then want to let go. So it is nice to use the support to allow yourself to really soften. So I'm going to slowly just fold over my bolster, letting everything go, still with this external rotation of the right hip, which works into that spleen and stomach meridian lines. Softening. Good, and slowly push the floor away. When you're ready, take a deep breath. Slide yourself back, and we're going to do the same pattern on the other side. So the left leg's forward, sorry, right leg forward now, left leg back for your half saddle pose. Remembering to take the bolster behind you if you need to, and slowly coming back. So onto the elbows first, and then all the way back into your half saddle. So I can really feel this stretch in the front of the thigh, the left thigh, probably more than on the other side. So that's normal to be able to do that. Deep breaths here. So you think about all the space you're creating in the intestines, the small and large intestines here. Well done. Eventually, you're going to make your way up. So think about moving before you move, maybe sliding onto the elbows. Taking your time to come up, always moving slowly in the transitions between the poses. So we're making our way to our dragon pose with the right leg forward this time. So we're still working on that left thigh. So right leg forward, hips square, either with your hands down or making your way up onto the knee. Sinking down, opening the hip flexor. Deep breaths into the belly here. Good, well done. And gently come out of the pose by bringing that right leg back to all fours and making your way to swan on the other side. So the left knee behind the left wrist, walk the foot across the mat and come down. So it doesn't matter how far up the mat the ankle is. You just want the hips and shoulders square to start with. Slide your support under your belly and then come forward, relaxing into your sleeping swan as you feel that external rotation in the left hip now. Softening here. Well done. And slowly bringing your awareness back into your body. Deep breath. Push the floor away, come up, and then make your way onto your back. So lying on your back, your knees are bent, and just hug your knees into the chest. Take some little circles around here. One way and then the other way, holding onto the outside of the knees. And then coming to happy baby pose. So bring your arms through the inside of the knees to the outside edges of the feet and just take a few breaths. We're not holding it for too long, just a few breaths in the happy baby as you push your tailbone down towards the floor. Let the shoulders and head relax. Good, and then release the left leg, hug the right knee into the chest. And take your left hand to the outside of the right knee, drawing it across the body into your supine twist. So I'm stretching out the right arm in the diagonal and just taking a nice supine twist here. Deep belly breaths, even though you're in a twist. And then slowly release that. Hug your left knee in. Squeeze it in towards you. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee and draw the leg across the body. Stretching out in a twist on this side now. Good, and gently release that twist, bringing the legs back to center, stretching out for your well-deserved Shavasana. Maybe place a blanket over you. I'm going to place a blanket over me. It's cold. Maybe an eye mask is a nice little touch as well, if you have one. And then just lying back, feet hip distance apart, palms turned up. Take a deep inhale all the way to the belly. Finding all of that beautiful space that you've created. And exhale, release, soften into the floor. Just allowing everything to integrate. Let the whole body relax for the final few minutes. Gently deepen the breath, bringing the awareness back into the body. Maybe stretching your arms overhead if you've got room. Slowly rolling over to your right side. And eventually coming up. Rubbing your palms together. Placing them over your eyes. Take a deep inhale, float the arms above the head, gathering strength and energy for your day. Exhale, hands to the heart space. We'll seal the practice with a primordial Om. Inhale. Om. And surrender to the grace of the universe. Namaste. Hope you have a very happy digestive system, and don't forget to drink lots of water or herbal teas today. If you'd like more support with your digestive system, don't forget to watch my video on the 6 tastes of Ayurveda, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Namaste.